Hello everyone, my name is Jamila and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to be doing a series of the sun in all the houses, so ranging from the first house into the 12th house. So feel free to look at my other videos, at my other contents in regards to synastry and just natal positions in astrology. But first and foremost, I want to start off by talking about an introduction to the sun and synastry. So in astrology, the sun shines its light on the house it occupies. But we must be mindful that whilst the sun can energize and enlighten, it also has the power to cause harm. So for example, just like how plants can thrive under direct sunlight, not all will flourish, some will wither and die, So for an example, a cactus plant will thrive in direct sunlight, whilst a spider plant will not do well in direct sunlight. It will literally shrivel up. So my point here is to take into consideration that there are both positives and negatives when it comes to, the sun and where it's positioned in a house in synastry. So like with most things, there's an opposite and then there's also a balance that needs to be harnessed when it comes to the sun's energy and its effectiveness. All right. So each house in astrology represents a different facet, of life. And of life. And the sun's impact can widely it can impact us depending on its placement, and what house it is positioned in regards to synastry. But most importantly, as I'm sure you may, or maybe you aren't, or you are aware, that when it comes to looking at an individual's synastry, first and foremost, we have to look at the individual's chart to gain a deeper, in-depth understanding of how this will play out, because everyone's situation will play out differently, even if there are similarities in regards to synastry, because no one's chart is the same. Even for twins and triplets, it's going to be different. Okay, seconds, minutes, it all makes a difference. Okay, so anyway, so to give you an example, for instance, now say the sun is in the first house in synastry. This can illuminate one's identity and self-expression, fostering confidence and personal growth. However, it can also lead to an overemphasis on the ego, because the sun is the self, the sun is ego. So this can have an emphasis on, again, the ego and someone's self-importance, So, with that example, with it being in the first house, it can be a case of the sun being self-absorbed, being selfish, Whilst on the other spectrum of it, it can be someone boosting someone's ego, because we all have an ego, but some of us, we have an ego that sometimes it is non-existent, and we all need to have a certain level of a healthy ego. But anyway, now in the 7th house, the sun can bring warmth and vitality to partnerships and relationships, because this is the 7th house. It's ruled by Libra, Venus. So with this dynamic in the 7th house, it encourages mutual understanding and cooperation, meeting in the middle, because that's balance, that's the 7th house. But yet it may also introduce power struggles or an imbalance of attention between two partners. Okay, sorry, between partners, shouldn't say two partners. Anyway, likewise in the 10th house, the sun can energize one's career. It boosts. Okay, but like I said, it can also be an indication of finish off first. Like I said, it can boost one's career, the public image, the driving ambition and success. But on the other hand of it, it can also lead to workaholic tendencies, a relentless pursuit of status at the expense of one's personal well-being, of the other, because this is synastry, so it's the interaction of the other. And then, so my point here is that by being aware of these dynamics, it can help us to navigate the interplay of energies in the astrological charts. So, just like with all things, it's just understanding the dual nature of the sun's influence, and it allows, us to maximize its benefits, but also mitigating the potential drawbacks. So looking at the pros and the cons, the negatives and positives, or, because there's always a shadow side to each house and where one planet is, but we're talking about the sun. So we're embracing both the light and the shadow aspects of the sun placements. So it can lead potentially to a more holistic and fulfilling experience. So with you understanding this introductory to how it can play out, so you understand that with all the 12 houses from the 1st to the 12th, there are positive and there are negative. So things won't always play out in the most beautiful or in the most amazing dynamic. It all depends on what's going on with your chart and how you and another individual's charts interact. But without further ado, let me jump in to the sun and the position of the house I'm talking to for this audio. All right, so when the sun in the second house happens, it can create a relationship where both individuals feel a strong sense of mutual respect and admiration. So these, you feel it could go both ways. It could go one way. I don't like to get caught up in the whole, or the house person will feel this way, or the planet person will feel this, or the sun will feel this way in this particular situation. Because often than not, it can be both ways. It just depends, It just all depends. But anyway, so often than not, you will feel a sense of responsibility, like a sense of duty to this person with the sun in the second house. But there will be a lot of admiration, often than not, the sun will strongly admire the house person, and the second house deals with traditionally associated with values, finances and self-worth. And these things become illuminated by the sun's vibrant energy. So often than not, if you're someone that has never really looked at your values, or or maybe you're someone that lacks self-worth, some person will come in and they will uplift you. They'll make you feel good. They will tell you that you're worthy and that you're worthy of love, or you're worthy of this, or you deserve that job. This person will also illuminate your financial status, so if you're someone that blows money quick, or you have an issue when it comes to saving and investing your money, this is the interaction of where you both will, or the sun person will help. The sun person may inspire the house person to pursue their goals and their ambitions, especially those related to financial security and material success. But also, okay, I'm going to get to that right quick. I'll get to that in a minute. But the sun person can also help the house person feel more confident and secure, like I mentioned earlier, and their own abilities and their talents, okay? Now, they may also share the same values and priorities, so they'll have that in common. But also, depending on what's going on, if the sun is squaring, or depending on the individual's charts and what's going on, this could be a situation of where you guys don't share the same values, you guys don't prioritize the same things, and that could create an issue, that could create a power struggle, okay, as well. And this could lead to problems. But on the other hand, if you guys do share similar values and priorities, this can lead to a more harmonious and supportive partnership. Now, the sun person is likely to appreciate the house person's approach to life, and their sense of stability. the way the house person conducts themselves, the way the house person builds themselves, the way they go about, their goals and their traditional ways and lifestyle. And but yeah, the sun person will really appreciate the sun's approach to life, and their stability, because this is Taurus. This is the second house, and Taurus individuals, they tend to be very stable, grounded. But also, while the house person, sorry, I thought I had my cat meowing. While the house person may admire the sun person's vitality and expressiveness, it's also, on the flip side of that, the house person might not appreciate those things. It just depends, But it's very important for both partners to ensure that this dynamic doesn't lead to an overemphasis on materialism or financial matters. It's very important for you to find a balance to the relationship by nurturing the emotional and the spiritual connection, which is like, the 8th house, the opposite, because by doing so, this can create like a well-rounded and fulfilling partnership that goes beyond the mere material concerns, But there's also a lot of sensuality here, a lot of touching as well. But you could find stubbornness here because this is the second house. But also be mindful that this could also be flipped. The sun person may burn the house person financially. They may take from the house person. This could be a dynamic of, what can I take from you? What can you provide for me? So be very careful, because this could easily become a aspect of where one or the sun person is being greedy financially, looking for the house person to provide financial security. And it all depends, because if this is an interaction of where this could be a situation of where the house person wants to provide for the sun, especially if we're talking about a masculine energy of those that are traditional. If this is a traditional masculine, this could be an individual that wants to provide, for the sun person, and they're happy with that. They're happy for the sun to take from them, But just be careful, because, like I said, the sun person could see you as a object, They could see you as a money, like an opportunity, like arm candy, So, but yeah, that's what I will say. But you guys could also build a business as well. This could be someone that you can build a business with, a lot of wealth. But of course, just be careful, because like I said, there's both negatives and positives with the sun in the second house. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Feel free to subscribe, comment, and like, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care. All the best. Bye.